So pretty much coming to the end of the year, just day after Boxing Day. So this morning's session, I got up early, did 20 1-minute efforts with 45-second recoveries. So steady run down to the park, 20 good sort of solid 1-minute efforts, and then a slightly shorter recovery with the 45 seconds, which that sort of 15 seconds shorter than normal really makes you work. So yeah, followed that up with a couple of hours on the bike with Matt, who I haven't seen for a little while. So we were debating whether to go or not. Unfortunately, yeah, I got caught in a bit of rain for a couple of hours, but really good to get out on the roads. Good to see Matt. Nice to just to shake out the legs post the run, and just saves me doing a session this evening. So wanted to get that sort of 2 sessions done pretty early this morning. So banked a good couple of miles on the bike as well, just before obviously getting into the rest of the week's training. So yeah, but this year, yeah, really pleased. It's nice to actually have a season like I have this year. I set up my Project 33.55, so I was aiming for a 33.55 10k, and then sort of sub 55.33 on the bike. So 33.55 10k and a 55.33 for 25 mile on the bike. Last year, part of my aim was to go, I think, close to 16 minutes over 5k, and to break 60 over the 25, which I did last year. I didn't really get anywhere near the 16. I think I went at 16:49 or something last year. So had a little bit of an injury, so the running probably wasn't quite where I wanted it last year. And same this year, really. I think 10k wise, I haven't really raced too many. A couple that I've raced, I've got down to a 34:42. But during the Worlds, I was probably on track for just about 34:5, 34:6. But the first leg wasn't quite 10k. So, but if I'd have maintained that pace, I was on close to sort of 34 minutes. So in theory, although I probably didn't run the times that I wanted to, come race day, in the big race for the year, I was pretty much hitting the pace that I wanted to hit, and probably running a bit quicker than I thought I possibly would have over that sort of distance on the duathlon. And then on the bike, had a fantastic year on the bike. I've really seen some really good sort of leap forward this year. I was pretty pleased with some of my rides. So the 2020 season, I finished that season with a 57.54 over 25, and then I think a 22.54 or 22.49 over the 10. So this year I was aiming to sort of break 55.33, and sort of demolish that really with a 53.49, I think it was, and then a 20.39 for the 10. So a good couple of minutes off on my 10 mile, and about 4.5 minutes I think off on my 25. So and I think some of the changes I've made this season. So but I had a really good season. I suppose highlights were 4th at the Worlds, which I can't believe. Absolutely ecstatic about that. I was hoping for maybe a top 10. Best I've done to date was I've had a 12th, I've had a 14th, so to go 4th. I think more importantly for me was I think I was 12th overall, and a sort of second quickest bike split, and in my age, and fifth quickest overall, which absolutely still sort of can't believe that, based coming from a sort of running background. I was seeing running as my strength, so really shocked to see. I'm really shocked, I suppose, to see those times at the end of the season, and I think some of that just comes down to racing more. I think if you really want to progress on the bike, I think had a really good structured training plan, followed a Rebecca Romero sort of 40k time trial sort of plan. The strength and conditions played a massive part with Simon King, but then also just the racing, doing lots of 10 miles, lots of 25s through the summer, and I think that's really sort of really helped. And then run wise, I've had a pretty good run season. I won my first 10k on the road, which I've been running since I was 12, and never I don't think I've ever won an all out race on the road. I think I've had a few seconds, a few thirds, and I think as well So that was sort of a tick off the box, really, ticking the box to be able to be able to do that. And I think 16:29 I went over 5k, which was an improvement over last year's sort of 16:49 I did. So yeah, so looking into next year, hoping to get a bit further down, sort of lower end of 16, possibly seeing if I can get a sub 16. Got a few thoughts on sort of what I want to target next year. I think 2020 I did a project 1660, which was the 16-minute 5k and the 60-minute 25 mile. This year I did 33:55, which was the 33:55 10k and the 55:33 25 mile. So next year, just having a bit of a think. I've got some ideas about what I want to do for my project for next year. So it's either going to focus on a sort of a 10 mile PB or a 25 mile PB, and then maybe looking at the 5k. So I may go 5k and 10 mile and give myself a couple of real good targets for those as part of my project XX, as I'll call it for the moment. Yeah, so looking forward to that. And then I have got some other targets in terms of just PBs for sort of the 5, the 10, 10k, 10 mile, 25 mile. So yeah, I'm going to put those sort of down on paper and look forward to that. And I think I made some real big changes this year. I think one of those was my diet. Suffering with colitis for the past sort of 4 or 5 years really sort of takes its toll on the body. Actually turned vegetarian this year. Been able to work from home quite a bit through the hybrid working, so I think that's had a real impact on my sort of on my colitis. Touch wood, haven't had a flare up of that for over 12 months now, and I think that's had a big impact on my performances, as well as sort of the extra rest and things I'm getting from working from home and not having to sort of train late into the evening due to commutes and things like that. So yeah, really looking forward to next year. Got a couple of cross countries early Jan, and at the moment the season's looking British champs in March, English champs in April. It's just been announced that the Worlds are going to be in Romania in, I think, late June, and then the Europeans is I think September time. So sort of a quite an elongated season. So I'll look to probably peak twice. Probably train through. I think I've got a bit of a sort of a peak in sort of March, April time for the two sort of domestic championships, and then I suppose the big peak will be the Worlds in Romania, and then I'll have a think about the sort of September and how to play that. But yeah, really looking forward to next year. So I can't wait to get stuck in really, and another week of this year, and then get stuck in. So hopefully, yeah. See you all soon. I'll try and get a few more videos up next year, and looking forward to another good season, hopefully.